Hey everyone, it's Michele Promaulayko, editor-in-chief of Yahoo Health, here to answer every question you have about life in general. Everything. I know everything. Just kidding. But come on, hit me with your questions. Hit me. I am so glad you asked about chocolate because it's pretty much my favorite subject in life. But the great news is that chocolate actually does have benefits if you get chocolate with cocoa flavanols. So in general, you want darker chocolate. You don't want overly processed chocolate. You don't want chocolate where the first ingredient is sugar. So generally, look for dark chocolate. It has brain benefits, health benefits of all kinds for your heart and for your skin. So in moderation, chocolate is awesome. It's super important to stay inspired in order to stay creative. And the way that I do it is to just stay curious. So I try to expose myself to as many different people as I can, and especially people outside of my field, outside of media, because I get to hear what inspires them and what challenges them. The other thing that I do is to travel as often as I can. Obviously, that's not all the time, but when I can, I like to expose myself to new environments because literally when you're traveling, you have a different perspective, and that always gets your brain working in a different way, and I always draw inspiration and creativity from those experiences. Beauty foods are the same as any other food that's good for your body, right? Because beauty really comes from the inside out. So foods that are hydrating like cucumbers or celery or watermelon, things that have high water content, and anything that's not processed, right? That's not processed, that's not going to break you down, that's not going to be high in sodium. High in sodium things are going to make you look a little puffy. So you want to look for all the things that are good for the rest of your body. Leafy greens, lean proteins, things that are high in antioxidants like blueberries. My favorite workout class is not a class at all because in general, I don't do workout classes, mostly because it means showing up somewhere at a particular time and doing the same thing over and over. So what I like to do first and foremost is weight train, right? So weight training has so many body benefits. It adds lean muscle to your body, which burns calories all day long, even when you're sleeping. It is good for your skeleton, right? So it helps lay down more bone cells. It's also just, I think, when you build physical strength, you build mental strength. So it's good on a number of levels. So that's my favorite thing to do. But I do occasionally supplement that with a class, a rebounding class. I love the mini trampoline. So there's a place called Bari that I like. I like Anna Kaiser's classes. I like SLT. I like the fitting room. I like refined method. I'm lucky because I get invited to a lot of different things and I get to experiment. But the thing that I always go back to is weight training. And if you want, I can show you my guns. You want to see them, don't you? Okay, you asked how I start my day. So in an ideal week, I would start with transcendental meditation, 20 minutes. It's so important to take that time to really focus yourself. And TM's been studied so much. There are so many incredible benefits to it. Lowers your blood pressure, enhances your memory, keeps you focused, reduces stress. It's good for basically every cell in your body. And then I would follow that with some coffee, and then I'd head out the door. You guys are really hitting me with some tough questions like, how do you get over a breakup? I have no freaking idea, but I can tell you what I think. It is the one time where you can actually be selfish, where you don't have to take somebody else into consideration. So do all the things that you want to do. Focus on self-improvement, go to the movies you want to see without taking somebody else's taste into consideration. So work on you. But more important, don't be angry, even if it was a bad breakup, because anger is a prison. And one of my absolute favorite sayings is, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Guess what? It's only hurting you. So channel forgiveness, move on, think about the good times, and focus and feed yourself. That's the best advice I can come up with. question is, how do I stay active and healthy and focused when I'm traveling with people who don't have those same desires? And the truth is that most of the people that I would travel with are sort of like-minded, so that's not a huge problem. But basically, I'm not afraid to head out on my own, go for a hike, or work out at the gym. And then when it comes to ordering food, I try to be the one to order first. And it's not because I'm pushy and shovey and want to get in front of everybody. It's because if I order first, I kind of set the tone for the rest of the table, but also I'm not influenced by other people's orders. So that's one little small trick. But I really also believe in moderation and having a good time on vacation. There's definitely day drinking that goes on. I'm not going to lie. Day drinking on vacation. It's a thing. It happens. Which is not to say that you should go totally off the rails, because you're not going to feel good if you do that. And then you're just going to set yourself back when you get home. What are my thoughts on naps? I don't actually take a lot of naps, but in theory, I think they're great. And usually the perfect amount of time cited is 20 minutes, and they're shown to boost creativity, boost memory, and do a bunch of other good things. Now, if you have trouble sleeping at night, if you're a little bit of an insomniac, naps might not be a good idea for you, so just take that into consideration. But for most people, napping's a great thing if you can find a cozy spot in the middle of your day. I don't know if you guys have checked out Yahoo Health this month, but we have a super cool initiative. It's called our Body Peace Resolution, and it's a month-long campaign to encourage you to make goals that aren't vanity-driven, that aren't about losing weight for the sake of fitting in a certain size jean, but that strive for more meaningful outcomes, right? Things like physical strength and mental fitness and better nutrition, body peace. So check it out and make 2016 the year that you really begin to love yourself. So it's an absolute journey to get from body hate to body love. So a midway point is body neutrality. And what body neutrality is accepting what is rather than longing for and focusing on what isn't. So if you work towards that more realistic goal, that neutral goal, you'll be on your way to body acceptance and eventually body love, body peace. You can do it. You deserve it.